This might be really good in multiplayer. There's a very outside chance this will be pretty good in Warzone too. I find that fairly unlikely, but maybe. If it's like mid-range damage range where you can one-shot in multiplayer is like 25 meters, that means if you put on Warzone attachments, that goes to like 31 meters. And if you're getting in a gunfight inside of 31 meters and you sprinkle in a headshot, you can be getting like 3-shot downs on a fully plated opponent. That would be pretty broken. I don't think it's going to be that good in Warzone, but based on this, it is possible. Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast, episode number 309. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I am joined by young Tanner Dropshot. Once again, okay. So now we're wearing a long sleeve with shorts. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
It's not a long sleeve. It's a hoodie with deodorant on the arm here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How did I get deodorant on the arm right here? How did that happen?
Oh, no.
How did that happen?
You were maybe applying it to your left pit, and then you did like a little graze as you put it away or something? Wait, no, because why would you? Well,
I pretty much always put on deodorant when I don't have a shirt on.
That would make sense.
So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. Something happened there, though, for sure.
It's weird. Yeah, very interesting. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today, we are talking about Call of Duty, a news broadcast this week. We have a couple hidden patch notes to go over. I'm pretty anxious, to get into those. They're kind of interesting. I think that topic is definitely worth covering, and we'll get into that. A couple news items as well. We got another blog post with varying levels of detail on things to come. One thing that will be hopefully in this blog post, which again I have not read yet, I like saving these, is what the fuck we're going to get in Season 2 Reloaded. Because when Season 2 came out, they said, okay, here's what we're doing on launch, and then here's what's coming in season. And they said the redeployed drones, which will probably henceforth be referred to as balloons, because they're the same thing, are going to be added mid-season. The new search and seizure contract will be added mid-season. The data heist public event will be added mid-season. So I was under the impression that those would all three be coming in Season 2 Reloaded, but we have all of them now already, which we'll get into before Season 2 Reloaded. So that makes me wonder, what the fuck is happening Season 2 Reloaded then? And
I'll tell you, the blog post does not answer that question at all.
And the blog post will not answer that question. So I guess we're still going to be left wondering. Maybe we will have cause to speculate based on what are the details of that blog post. But we got some stuff to get into. Fairly interesting week. Not the most dead week we've ever had, which is good. So before we get into all that, we got a couple announcements. First and foremost, welcome, I would like to say, to our new gold patrons signing up for the Patreon to get episodes. Now, we talked a lot about our last 3 bonus episodes that released toward the end of February. Lately, we've been talking a lot about them, and that has caused a lot of hubbub and commotion, and it's caused a lot of people to join the Patreon. And that's a good thing, and that's a wise thing, and a smart thing, because once again, insane content we had done. I don't remember what they were about anymore. What were they?
They were episodes for sure.
And they were good too.
Actually, one of our new patrons said in Discord they joined because they found the Q&A so funny that they thought they should join the Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Amy said that.
Shout out to Amy. Yeah.
That Q&A episode, by the way, got more feedback than our last 10 Call of Duty Saturday episodes got. I guess people do like the Q&As more than we thought, man.
I don't know.
I think we're going back to being a Q&A pod. Got a lot of feedback in Discord regarding that.
Yeah. Yeah. People, I guess I'm not the only one who fantasizes about opening your throat while you sleep. That's what I gathered from all the feedback we got.
That could be it. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, welcome to our new gold patrons. Ethan V, Amy, as mentioned, Eric J, Damon F, and Reginald. Boys and girl, welcome aboard the Patreon. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate that. It is, of course, the best way to support the show. And an even better way to support the show is to become a new Damascus patron, as these fine young men have become Hazy Games and Aaron FG. Boys, our new Damascus patrons. Aaron, change your last name. It's unacceptable. But I will say welcome and thank you very much to you guys, you fellas, for joining that absolute Damascus tier, the highest you can get. Very kind of you. Patreon.com/the Dropshot. Once again, it's the best way to support the program. You get ad-free episodes, you get them early access, and then there's also 5 bonus episodes every single month for our patrons, 3 of which are guaranteed for all of our patrons. So no matter what level you join at, you get 3 Call of Duty related bonus eps. And then if you wanted some Q&A or some behind the scenes episodes, you could upgrade from there to get access to those, as well as for our Damascus patrons, a monthly hangout. There's some other little goodies too. Check it out. Once again, patreon.com/the Dropshot. Best way to support the show. Thank you to all of you for joining this week. Very much appreciated. Also, some new YouTube members, friends of the pod, Nicole, young Nicole V, Vito A, Wee Lad, and Lag Show. Thank you, boys and girl, once again. And the Uzi Change It, live friend of the pod as well. A new YouTube member. Very much appreciate that. If you want to watch the VODs as soon as they're done, you can do that. It's not the cleaned up version, doesn't have timestamps or anything, but like as soon as its VOD ends, it's going to go members only, basically. So if you want to be a member to get access to those, you could do that. And thank you to all of our new members. Now, on the topic of announcements, once again, our last Patreon episode, I don't remember what it was. I think it was ranked play multiplayer.
I don't know. I don't think that was the last one.
No, it might have been a brainstorm. No,
it was ranked play. Right. Yeah, it was ranked play.
It was the ranked play up. Yeah. So, yeah, those are now live. Those were uploaded. Our last Patreon episode was uploaded on the last day of February. So if you haven't listened to that yet, you should. I really enjoyed that ranked play episode. And that would actually be good to listen to if you are interested in this Saturday's episode, where we're going to talk more about ranked play. So we don't have any Patreon episodes up yet for March. We will have some up at some point pretty soon here for Platinum and Damascus, a little later for Gold. Once again, we want to wait until some updates to the game, but we'll get into that too. But yeah, next announcement is this Saturday. I am very excited about doing another ranked play multiplayer episode, because even since our bonus episode where we talked more about ranked play, I have a lot more thoughts on that topic than I did when we recorded that bonus episode. And I also figure it would be a good idea to do a public ranked play topic for all of our listeners. And I think that's going to be very fun and exciting. Partially also because I don't think ranked multiplayer for MW2 will ever be more popular than it is right now. Everyone I watch who like streams Warzone is currently streaming ranked multiplayer instead. And even myself as a gamer, I've been playing more ranked multiplayer than Warzone lately because it's more interesting and more fun. I did play a lot of Warzone yesterday, but besides that, I've mostly been playing ranked multi. It's a lot of fun. So on Saturday, we're going to talk more about that. We have some more insights to get into beyond what we talked about in our bonus episode. So if you want to be here for that, we'll be live obviously on Saturday afternoon.
We'll probably record our 310. We'll probably record Patreon Q&A tomorrow as well, I think.
I got to help my mom do something, but I should be able to do that regardless. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, I think all the COD episodes probably won't start coming out till about the 17th or so after the mid-season update. Correct. Yeah, we want to wait till the mid-season before we do any gold patron episodes, so keep that in mind. But anyways, for all of you guys, once again, welcome. Other than that, any other announcements, Tanner?
No.
I don't think we really have anything else. We'll probably do our hangout next weekend, the weekend of the 17th, 18th.
Yeah.
We probably won't do customs. We've been doing those. We did those like for the last 3, so we're thinking maybe we do something else. Or maybe we do customs again.
Yeah. People like customs, we'll see. Know. We're going to have the new map by then as well.
Yes.
The new multiplayer map, so that would be in customs. So yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe it would be in customs. The last time they added
it'll be in customs
map,
by season 3.
It was not in customs. So,
it sure wasn't, yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, other than that, no real other announcements here. If you're listening for the jingle, here it is, I suppose.
There it is, man. There's that jingle.
Malcolm B with the $10 super chat asks how he sends a super chat. I don't know. Ask another question. Yeah. Maybe you'll be able to figure it out. Malcolm. Yeah. Thank you very much, dude. I very much appreciate that, King. You are a Chad. Thank you very much, dude. I got a reply from the tax people, by the way. My thing is for the 31st. So that does free up some time to work on YouTube before this month, for this month.
Yeah, I need to respond to them. It wasn't very clear what they said to me. I was kind of confused, but
okay.
Figured out.
Yeah. Anyway. Malcolm, thank you again. All right. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Today, episode 309, starting with some patch notes, changes already in effect. So a couple smaller things here. Infinity Ward tweeted this out. Let us know if you need a doctor's note for some time off.
Yeah, that pissed me off. Holy fuck, that made me so mad that they said that. Oh, man.
Yeah. Wasn't great.
Yeah. It's a joke. Imagine wanting to take time off to play their game.
And it's so random, too.
I mean, imagine. Yeah.
It's so, yeah.
Yeah, that social media manager was running out of things to say, so they threw that in there, yeah.
Yeah, not a great tweet. They were getting, as the kids say on the TL, cooked in the quote retweets on this one, which is absolutely true. I saw, I think, 2 people quote retweet this and be like, are you guys fucking serious? You haven't tweeted in 8 months and this is your tweet to brag about a playlist update? What the fuck is wrong with you? Which is a very fair point. But anyway, they continue. This week in MW2, 10v10 Mosh Pit is in, Shipment 24/7 is in, Dome 24/7 is in, and Infected. And that's for multiplayer. And then in Warzone 2, regular BR, all the modes. Resurgence is only quads and duos, K.
But that was wrong. It's actually quads and trios. They hadn't tweeted in 5 days. The first tweet they make is wrong.
That's correct. Yeah.
So
I mean, I was playing Resurgence yesterday all day. There was no duos. It was trios and quads. So that's cool. And mini royale trios as well. So there are a couple things I want to talk about real quick here. I almost started playing 10v10 Mosh Pit, but then my friends are ready to play Warzone, so I did that instead. Ashika Island, specifically. But I do wonder how 10v10 would play in this game. Unfortunately, if 10s is not going to be an actual mode, I don't care to invest the time into learning the answer to that question. But I do wonder how it would play on this game. I feel like it would be okay on half of the maps, and it would be too many on the other half. For example, Embassy, I think, could play well 10v10. Hotel could play well 10v10. Farm 18 would be a disaster 10v10. Dome.
Asilo would probably play well 10v10.
Asilo would play well 10v10, I think, yeah. That would play quite well. It would make the outside of the building relevant, actually.
Yeah.
Dome would be probably... Yeah, it would be too many for Dome.
Yeah.
It's too
Museum.
segmented.
Museum should be
10v10
by default. Yeah. It would probably play even better like 12v12, but 10s is better than 6s, I'm sure.
Hydro, I believe, would be miserable. Yeah, for sure. So I feel like half the maps would be playable.
Yeah.
Which is a testament to iDub, to be fair, that their 6s maps aren't all entirely too big, such that they could support 10s. But anyway.
Like they did in 19, yeah.
Correct, yes. That's why that was the only playable game mode in that game. F's in the chat for 10s dumb.
Yeah, I bet what's going to happen is other people share your same opinion and mine, because I thought the same thing. Like, oh, 10's in, that's cool. And I thought, you know what? It's going to be an LTM. It'll be gone in a week. Why do I care? I don't want to play it and love it so much for it to just be taken away. And I bet it's not going to get played a lot. And then they're going to remove it, because obviously they could put it in as a permanent game mode if they want to. I feel like they'll watch the numbers on this and they'll say, oh, no one was playing this, we'll just take it out. And then it will never be a permanent game mode because of that. Because people like us don't even bother trying it because it's an LTM, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so, for sure. So
whatever,
anyway.
Though.
And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was Mini Royale Trios. I would be willing to try this to see how it plays, because I don't really know. I feel like it could play, actually. It all depends on if you get your loadout or not. I think that would be the thing. Because Al Mazrah is still fairly slow early game. Not as slow as it once was, but slow enough to where Mini Royale would definitely up the tempo, obviously, of the early game. But if you don't get your loadout, that would be frustrating. If you do get your loadout, it could be really fun. I don't know how Mini Royale Trios would play. I would be curious to see. But again,
yeah, I don't know.
It's an LTM. I'm not that invested in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would totally depend on where the circle is. I don't know how many set circles there are, because if it's like the area where Hydro is, I'm backing out, because that's the worst area of Al Mazrah. I'm not playing there. I'm not spinning the whole circle fighting there. It's boring.
On the side of the
buildings
cliff.
Fucking suck. No, it's not even on the side of the cliff, like down at Hydro, like that whole
Hydro
area.
Proper, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Awful area of the map. So it's like, if it's an area like that, I just don't want to play it. If it's downtown, I also don't want to play it. So I don't know actually what areas could be good, but definitely not those two.
Oil rig or whatever, the oil field would be good.
Up by like Tarak and oil. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think that would be. I just like the oil area. I think that plays well. It's like fairly open, but there's also enough cover.
Yeah, I enjoy that area. Plus, they added the tunnel system there, so man, that made it a lot better as well.
Yeah, it was cool when they added the tunnel system where they said they added it. Yeah, that was awesome. There is no tunnel system there, by the way, for those of you listening, so that's cool.
It's not, it's hundreds of meters away.
I can forgive you for thinking that, since they said it was, but in fact, it's not. So anyway, next tweet here, moving on to more important matters. Raven tweeted the redeploy balloons, drones, whatever, are on Ashika Island now.
We're calling them balloons from now on. We will never call it the redeployed drones. So when we say balloons, we're talking about these. Yes.
Correct. Yes. These are now on Ashika Island. I was playing Ashika Island with Jake yesterday, and here are my thoughts on the redeploy drones. On the topic of the drone itself, you go way higher into the air, and can therefore launch yourself way farther across the map than you ever could with the Rebirth Island balloons or the Fortune's Keep balloons. They absolutely extend higher into the sky than the balloons did on those two maps. However, that's not really a problem because also the map is bigger, kind of. And also it's way more dangerous to take these on this map than it was to take these on Fortune's Keep especially, and even Rebirth, I would say. It can be pretty sketchy taking these. And then my second observation with these, now again, I only played for like 3 hours yesterday, so I have to play more, but my second thought is there are so few of them that are accessible that I regularly went 2 or 3 games in a row without even hitting one. Not because I wouldn't want to, but because there aren't enough of them.
Yeah, I wondered how many are on the map at one time.
Seems like 2 or 3.
And are they static? Were they always in the same spots when you saw them?
They are not static.
Oh. Oh, that's terrible then.
I don't think they're static. I'm like 90% sure they are not static because they also move. If you remember, they move into the zone.
Oh yeah.
So they couldn't really. I mean, I guess they could be static.
Yeah.
But my biggest complaint with them is just there aren't enough of them. Because if you think about it, let's say there are, again, don't hold me to these numbers, but this is what it felt like when I played yesterday. Felt like there were like 2 or 3 balloons in zone at a time, at most. If you think about this map especially, what are the odds that of the playable area of the 2 balloons, one of them is close enough to you to be safe? And even if it is close enough to you, accessible and safe to use. Because like if there's a redeploy drone
to it
on top of the cliff next to castle, even if that's close to me, it's not exactly safe for me to run over there, even if it's only 10 meters away and like hit it, you know? So the vast majority of the time, there either wasn't one around me, so it wasn't relevant, or if there was, it was far too hot, or it was in like too bad of a spot to use. So it actually changed Ashika Island far less than I expected it to, which is a shame. Now, I'll also say you don't need balloons as much on this map as you needed them on Caldera, because you can move around the map, kind of. It's dangerous always, but so it's not the end of the world that you can't like hit them every game, but I do wish that I think my recommendation would be that there need to be more of them in the match. That's what I would say. Do you have any thoughts on this? I know you didn't play any. Ashika.
No, I was watching for a bit and I noticed 2 things. I noticed: 1, it lowers your field of view to 40 when you're going up it, and 2,
that's true.
Since I didn't play it, it was hard to feel, but it looked like when you got to the top of the zip, first of all, I feel like you go up the zip slower than in Warzone 1. Yes. And then once you're at the top of the zip, I feel like it doesn't fling you out as far as it used to. So it's like you go higher, but then you have to pull your chute because it's not like flinging you out there. But I don't know. That's just what it looked like on streams from what I saw.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the fact that I haven't seen a single tweet about the balloons at all makes me think they changed virtually nothing. Like when Caldera got balloons, that was a massive difference for the map and the game in general. And that was all people talked about. With this, I literally have not seen a tweet about the balloons whatsoever. So I feel like it probably makes the map feel no different.
Yes. That's kind of where I'm at. I think there just aren't enough of them. They are way less impactful than I was hoping for, which is a shame. But they're in, and it would not be outside of the realm of possibility that they add more. They did that in Caldera, if you guys remember. They added balloons, and then they said, we're going to increase the number of balloons. I think they might have done that twice, actually. And then there were like a lot of balloons, and it was cool.
Yeah. They go from balloon to balloon all over the map.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they add more to the island. But anyway, they're in now, so there you go. Next is a tweet from Call of Duty. This was 5 days ago.
Oh, nice.
With Season 2 Reloaded, we will be including all Resurgent squad sizes in each weekly playlist for the remainder of the season. Okay. Stay tuned for the blog, blah, blah, blah. So we will eventually. I don't know why. I feel like we talked about this. Maybe we didn't. They love to, this year, release their game or their game mode or their map or their patch badly and then make it the way it should have been on launch once everyone has stopped playing it because they released it badly. They love doing that. Here's an example. Release Ashika Island, allowing people to do all 4 of the modes. And then people who always play with their 1 buddy or 2 buddies or 3 buddies always have something to play. And then you won't see a precipitous drop in player count like you have seen. But instead what they do is they say, hey, we're going to only let you guys play fucking quads. So if you don't have friends get fucked, you're going to have shit teammates who don't calm, teammates whose smoke alarms are blaring in your ear so you have to mute them, or teammates who just back out and then you're trying to do 1v4s until you're frustrated enough to leave. And then by the time Season 2 Reloaded comes out and we let you play with whatever squad size you want, you're not interested anymore and you're playing Battlefield 2042, which is like 60% off on Steam. That's what we're getting here. So what is the impetus for this? Yeah,
it's like they released like 6 blog posts leading up to the launch of Ashika Island, hyped it up all over the place, and then they launch it with 1 mode. It was like quads only from the start, right? Wasn't there 1 mode for a while? And then they released another, and now they've been rotating that second one. How do you not launch your brand new map that everyone was waiting for? Because everyone's been complaining about how slow Warzone 2 is, how slow Al-Mazrah is. How do you not have every single player count mode in there when you launch your big map that you've been hyping up for a month?
Yeah, it defies logic.
I don't understand any decisions they make ever, actually. And there's horrible company all around.
And here's what's especially crazy about this, because we both made that observation as soon as we learned they weren't releasing all the modes on launch.
We expected them to like take out duos and Al-Mazrah or trios or something, and I would have been fine with that. I get it. That makes total sense.
Yeah, even if I like hated Ashika Island, I'd be like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
So what we were thinking was, well, maybe they're doing this because they don't want to split their player base that much. But that's obviously not true, because they're willing to add all 4 modes when the player base is less than it was before. Yeah. So if you weren't afraid of splitting your player base, which you're obviously not, because you're going to release all the modes, why the fuck didn't you do this in the first place? I actually don't know. I don't know why they would do this. The only thing I could maybe think is that they wanted to like bug test, and it's easier to do that, or like, I don't know, have only 1 mode so that if it is buggy or if there are problems, it's easier to fix that way. But I can't think of a bug that would apply in quads and not in duos, or vice versa. So maybe like solos, I could see that, because there are some mechanics that behave differently in solos. So if they had released it on launch and it's like duos, trios, and quads, I would be like, okay, that's fine. I would actually be totally understanding of that for that reason. But they didn't do that. They did only quads. So I actually am struggling to understand why they ever didn't have all the modes in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. And we'll never know. We'll just never know.
Yep.
But I can't think of a reason, even a bad one, why they would do that. So shout out to Activision.
The player counts have been better since they launched Season 2 on average. I'm looking at the Steam charts right now. Like the day before they launched Season 2, the player base, and that was like not average, like the player base was on Steam was about 45 to like 50,000. it hasn't dropped that low yet in this season. This season's been like in the, you know, like right now there's like 92,000. So that map has helped a lot. But it's like, how much better would have just having all the player modes there on launch help the game again? Like, how do they just continue to never learn anything ever?
Just the weirdest mistakes too. Yeah.
Yep.
It's one thing when Activision makes a dumb decision and it's obviously stupid, but I see why they thought it was a good idea. That happens all the time. It's like, okay, they're doing this because they think that, and they're wrong about that, but I see why they're doing this, even though it's a mistake. But in this case, I don't even know what their thought process was. I just don't understand. But anyway, let's move on. So yeah, once Season 2 Reloaded comes out, you'll be able to play any squad size, which is how it should have been in the first place. And speaking of Season 2 Reloaded, this will begin March 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So in 6 days, we will be getting Season 2 Reloaded. So that'll be good. What are we getting in Season 2 Reloaded? We will sort of get into that, but I don't really know yet. There's a blog post we're going to cover that has some details, but we'll get more into that in a second. But that will be happening on the 15th. So just to point that out there. So last thing here in terms of patch notes, news, and upcoming changes, XclusiveAce put out a video called... What is this video called, Ace? Was tuning buffed enough in the Season 2 update? This was yesterday he made this video. Because
tell us, was it?
For those of you who remember, part of the Season 2 patch notes was about tuning. And they said if the negative effects of weapon tuning, the magnitude to which it will be negative, will be less negative. And the positive benefits of tuning, the magnitude to which it is positive, will be increased. So you'll get more positives from weapon tuning and fewer downsides from weapon tuning. That was the claim made in the patch notes. XclusiveAce tested it. Was that true?
Yeah, was it?
Let me take a giant gulp of water.
Take a big gulp. Shove something down those dogs' throats so they stop talking. You take some big gulps of water there, man.
Yeah, I keep
Maybe you
that
should
thing
take
hydrated.
more smaller sips.
Yeah.
Ever think about that?
I could. Yeah.
Because the thing is, you're doing it to wet your mouth, right? You don't need that giant gulp. You just need a little tiny one, you know? Try that sometime, man. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think.
You know what I should do is I should keep this thing on me for hydration and then also get like a spritz bottle to just moisten the mouth.
Yeah.
More convenient, you know?
Yeah. Scotch works well for that too. You can sip on that during the pod at noon.
Well, maybe. Maybe it does. But
try that right now.
I won't be trying that right now. Let's move on. So anyways, here's the video. Or rather, this is the video I'll be referencing. I watched this this morning. It's pretty interesting. I'm not going to cover the whole thing. So if you want to watch it yourself, I would encourage you to do that if you want more information. And that will be linked in the show notes. Shout out to XclusiveAce for doing the job of a QA team that should exist but doesn't. Again, I hope those people are losing their lawsuit as we speak, by the way, that we talked about last week. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to go through all of the findings, but I'm going to go through a couple of them. So here is, for example, aim down sight weapon tuning. So what we're looking at here is this, the Vel 46. Ace was like, all right, I put 5 attachments on a Vel 46. Attachments people would likely to be used, and all of which can be tuned to increase aim down sight speed. Now, according to the patch notes, if you do tune everything for aim down sight time, you should be getting even faster ADS than before Season 2. Is that true? Sure isn't. No, it sure isn't. So if you put on 5 attachments on this gun and you tune every single one of them all the way to aim down sight time, you will save 25 milliseconds in ADS speed. So your ADS time will go from 375 to 350. Is that good? No. 5 attachments, by the way. This isn't one attachment that increases your aim down sight time by 25 milliseconds. It's 5 of them with max tuning.
Really?
Yes. That's why I brought this up. So that part of the patch note was a lie. They said that when you positively tune something, the magnitude to which it would benefit would be more than pre-season 2. That is not true. At least not in every case. So before the patch, it made it 25 milliseconds faster. After the patch, for 5 attachments, weapon tuning still only increases the speed by 25 milliseconds. Now, on the other hand, if you tune away from aim down sight time for all 5 attachments, you are losing 30 milliseconds of aim down sight speed, whereas before you were losing 125 milliseconds. So in other words, if you tune away from ADS time with all 5 of these attachments, you'll get 405 millisecond aim down sight speed instead of 375, whereas before the patch, you would be getting 500 milliseconds instead of 375. So the negative magnitude being reduced is true, but the positive magnitude being increased is not true. So that's a decent change, but what I would like to point out mostly here is this. Weapon tuning doesn't seem to do too much either way, does it? That's the point here. Because when you think about it, if you have any gun, any build for any scenario, Spec Ops raids, multiplayer, CDL, campaign, Warzone, you're never picking 5 attachments to focus on the same stat. So if you pick 5 attachments and focus on the same stat, you're only saving 25 milliseconds of aim down sight time. 375 to 350. Not that big of a deal, but also when you realistically tune a gun, you'll never have 5 attachments that all impact aim down sight time. You'll have 2 or 3. So then it's what? 12 milliseconds? And when we're talking about a 375 base aim down sight time, it doesn't matter at all, really. It's barely noticeable. So what I found interesting about this is the point, I guess, is that don't worry too much about weapon tuning. It's not that big of a deal. And that's even more true after season 2, because now if you tune away from something, it's less negative now than it used to be. But if you tune towards something, it's not any more positive than it used to be. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I expected it to help more than that when it comes to like ADS, because even like the RAL build that I use, you could tell a difference just sliding the optic that I use from flinch resistance to ADS speed, because I did test that in the firing range. I was like, oh yeah, this is like noticeably a tiny bit slower when you're not tuned for ADS speed. So it's like I noticed that, but that's when you're like really like, I was just testing it to see if I could feel a difference, and it did make a little bit of a difference. But yeah, I mean, to have like 5 attachments that you tune all for max ADS and only getting 25 milliseconds, that's not very good at all. That is not very good at all.
I think.
So yeah, it makes me wonder how much of an impact everything else has. All the other, aim, walking, movement speed, whatever,
damage,
hip fire, shit.
Yeah,
all of that. How much it actually matters.
My suspicion with your RAL example is probably weapon tuning works on a percentage basis. Mm-hmm. So if your base ADS time is 375 and you increase that by 2%, you're not going to notice it. But if your aim down sight time is 10 minutes and you increase it by 2%, well, now you're going to aim down sight 2 minutes faster. So because the RAL's default aim down sight speed is so fucking slow, you notice 2% of that more than you would notice 2% of like the VEL. That's my guess.
Also, though, I wasn't going from no tuning to ADS. I was going from as far away from
IC.
ADS as I can get to as far to ADS. So that probably actually was a difference of 40 or 50 milliseconds or something. But yeah, in Infinity Ward's defense, I looked at the patch notes. They didn't necessarily say, I don't know if Ace said that in the video, but they do specifically say some beneficial tuning magnitudes have been increased, some harmful tuning magnitudes have been decreased. So they didn't necessarily say something and then do the exact opposite. They did say it was only for some guns and attachments. So
that's good to know. I thought they had said all of them. I think they had said all of them in a prior patch then, because I know they said that at one point. But yeah, I was thinking that was season 2. Okay, to be fair. All right, so here's one more screenshot from Ace's video. And this is aim down sight walking speed. So ADS strafe speed. This is for only one attachment on the Veil, the commando grip. So with no tuning, 3.2 meters per second walks ADS strafe speed. If you max ADS strafe tuning on one attachment, it's 3.28 meters per second, which is a 2.8% increase. And then post buff, season 2, it goes from 3.0 meters per second with no tuning, which is interesting, to 3.29 meters per second, which is a 9.7% increase. So I guess that does line up with the patch notes, actually. It seems like for some stats, it actually does matter. And evidently aim down sight walking speed is one of them. Because keep in mind, one attachment sliding a scale impacts that stat by 10%, whereas for another stat, aim down sight speed, 5 attachments impacts it way less than 10%. Or wait, less than 10%, not way less. So that's interesting. That's something to keep in mind. Some of these things react better to tuning than others, is the thrust of this screenshot here. And it seems like at least, and this could be attachment by attachment. So I would say you guys should go watch the video. He talked about a few more things, but he obviously didn't test every single attachment. That would be insane to do. The biggest takeaway I got from this video is that tuning matters a lot less than you might think it would. What were you going to say?
No, nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, so tuning doesn't make that big of a difference in general on the things that have been tested, at least. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Once again, I'll leave the link in the show notes for you guys, but yeah, again, my biggest takeaway, like one of my things is I try not to change my attachments mid-match because it pisses me off that I can't tune it also in the middle of the match. Yeah, and then I'm afraid that if I do change an attachment, I'm going to forget to tune it and that I'll be missing out on a ton of like optimization. Don't worry about that, basically, because you're not missing out on that much. It's just not going to do that much, you know? Yeah, I actually thought about that recently when we've been playing ranked play. Like for the TAC 56 setup, it was like I think it was when I was still running high velocity rounds. I would think like, do I even want to do the bullet velocity slider? Because if I move that towards bullet velocity or damage range, whatever it is, the negative is you have more recoil. So I'm like, I don't want to have more recoil in ranked play where missing a bullet matters a lot, and I'm shooting people with attack 56, so I'm taking gunfights like 30 meters. So a lot of that shit I ended up just removing the tuning on because I didn't want like the downside to come from it as well.
Right. Yeah. And it would be nice if you knew whether you were going to get 1% more recoil or 5%. Because that would definitely impact how you tune that gun, and there's just no way to know, because it also seems like the little spider graph that it shows does not comport with the magnitude of change, because it will always be like, oh, you're getting way more fucking mobility if you slide it all the way to aim down sight speed. Every attachment does that for every stat, but that does not correlate with the percentage of increase you're getting at all. As evidenced by this video. So, Once again, I'll have that linked in the show notes, but if you guys want to go watch it. But he compared a couple other things that I didn't show here. I just wanted to get the general gist of that video out there, so there you go. This is a public service announcement. Manscaped now has beard products and is going even further with their brand new Weed Whacker 2.0. Tell the world the leaders in below-the-waist grooming are traveling north of your South Pole with their revolutionary grooming products. The new Weed Whacker 2.0 and their new beard line confirms they have all the best tools for your hygiene toolbox. It's time for you to upgrade your game by going to manscaped.com and using our code DROPSHOT for 20% off and free shipping. Gentlemen, meet the Beard Hedger Pro Kit. It is the ultimate package that makes it easier than ever to craft your signature look. It all starts with the cordless electric beard hedger. The beard hedger is tough on hair but smooth on your face, leading to single stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. This waterproof cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 haircutting lengths, all with one guard, so no more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. The Pro Kit also comes with 4 dermatologist-tested formulations for your post-trim care. These include Manscaped's beard shampoo and conditioner, beard oil, and beard balm to moisturize, style, and shimmer your new beard. Plus, the kit has 3 free gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors. With a nice beard, your face is perfectly groomed, right? Wrong. You need to keep an eye out for those tough-to-trim ear and nose hairs. The brand new Weed Whacker 2.0 offers improved blades and skin-safe technology with a no-tugging guarantee. It's never been so painless to mind your manholes. Now that you have your face looking great, you must try Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0 for the full body grooming experience. And good news, the Performance Package 4.0 now comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0 and all of the other below-the-waist grooming products Manscaped is known for. Your significant other will be delighted to see you covering all bases, if you know what I mean. Get 20% off and free shipping with our code DROPSHOT at manscaped.com. Once again, 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use our code DROPSHOT. Always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Now moving on to news and upcoming changes. First, we have a new blog post. Holy shit. From callofduty.com. MW 2 and Warzone 2 Season 2 Reloaded. Himmelmatt Expo, Raid Episode 2, and more launching March 15th. So here's the blog post for Season 2 Reloaded. Incoming update. They say things. Let's move on here. Season 2 Reloaded will see the release of an all-new core multiplayer map, a camo challenge event, a new functional weapon, as opposed to what?
Yeah, what?
Okay.
A new functional weapon?
And plenty more free content across both games. Plus, the store will be restocked regularly with new bundles, including a marquee offering that features a bundle that will give some shamrock and awe just in time for an LTM update.
Don't care.
Okay. So here we go. Expect patch notes prior to the launch of Season 2 Reloaded with further details on all changes. That will be interesting. So I do like that trend, to be fair. I wish the patch notes were good, but I like getting them before it comes out. So this first thing is general overview. New raid episode, don't care. Himmelmatt Expo joins the multiplayer map rotation. Deploy to a scenic winter getaway at an exclusive mountain resort in this new core multiplayer map. This is the multiplayer map we saw the screenshot of with the pool. That will be interesting. Maybe we'll see more about that. Celebrate Warzone's 3rd anniversary. Wow. Okay. Free gifts will be released every day in the store as part of that anniversary thing. Earn Season 2 camos. We'll get into that. A new weapon. We'll get into that as well. For fans who grew up with turtles, what? What happens when Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is brought into COD? Oh boy. You guys make $500 million. He definitely doesn't stop after 22 minutes of televised combat. Get this iconic villain in a new Tracer Pack Operator bundle and unlock his ninjutsu powers. Okay. Got it.
Don't care.
So there's some details on the new raid episode. I don't care, and I'm not reading this.
That's most of this blog. I was looking at it, I'm like, this is one of the most meaningless blog posts they've ever done.
Yeah, so we'll continue to try to squeeze water from a rock here, or whatever. Blood from a stone, that's the expression, right?
Yeah.
Brand new core multiplayer map, Himmelmatt Expo. So here's another screenshot of it.
Nice looking map.
Is this the same map we saw?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so this looks like a
lot of solar panels. Wow.
Yeah, they're very eco-friendly in this area.
Yeah, they really are. Holy
Mixed
shit.
business with pleasure at Himmelmatt Expo, a new 6v6 multiplayer map situated on a European mountainside. Jesus Christ. Tromp through the snowy deserts. That's not a word you see every day. Past the saunas and pools and go for a drink, or better yet, a solid vantage point in the restaurant and bar. Blah, blah, blah. So they're talking about it. Here is an interesting screenshot. Okay, cool. It makes me download it. Got it. So yeah, here's a screenshot of it. Hella solar panels. So this is a different view of the very first screenshot we got with the season 2 post. The camera
yes, this
was
changes
like
a lot,
here.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
The camera before was right where that fireplace
Correct.
is. Yep. So we didn't know. So that whole building behind there, you can go up in that. There's a staircase up to the left. You can get on top of that. So it's actually a lot different than what it seemed.
Yeah, this is
You
like
can see
the inside
far right
area,
of the
basically.
map too. It goes out on that road. So that's probably a spawn right there, I would imagine. Okay. Yeah, this is very different than what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks bigger than we anticipated.
Yeah.
Okay. Still looks
Bigger,
like it
a
could be a
little bit
good
more
map,
vertical.
though.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I like this outside
Good look
area.
to
I
it.
think this will be fun to fight around. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, yeah, that'll be in. Return of more game modes. Drop zone. So yeah, we're getting drop zone, dog shit game mode. Don't ever play it. Everyone gets 8 care packages per game is what that is. So if you're working on your launcher camos, that's the only reason to play it. All or Nothing is another party game mode we're getting. Equipped only with throwing knives and a pistol with no ammo. Each operator must fight for themselves in a race to earn 20 elims. Earn additional perks by eliminating enemies, starting with the scavenger perk to allow for ammo pickups. I think we have seen this before. So there's
Yes,
another
we
party
have.
game mode. One in the Chambers coming back. We all know what that is. And then Warzone 3rd Anniversary Celebration free gifts. Oh, so here's like one of the little fucking camos?
Yeah. Weapon camos.
Or is this a blueprint? One of the two. What are your thoughts on this camo / blueprint?
It's kind of cool. I mean, it says like Verdansk 84 on it. The mag says Warzone 3 years. It's got like Warzone 2.0. It's got Warzone 1 logo
Last
on there, I
Stand.
think. There's a lot of different things going on. I mean, let's be clear. I'll never, ever use it, but it's a cute little free gift.
I think it's pretty cool looking.
It's a way better free gift than what they would usually give. Don't get me wrong. You'll still get all the charms and the stickers you'll never use. But this is decent for being like a free like weapon blueprint or whatever this is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Lot
wonder
of
if this is a
graffiti.
blueprint.
It looks like the...
No, it would have to be because of how that mag is. Not every gun is going to have a big mag to put that on. So this is a blueprint. Yeah.
It looks
says right there.
like the tunnel underneath a freeway underpass in Van Nuys, California. That's how I would describe this this camo here.
A lot
So
of
there you go.
graffiti. It looks like a graffiti camo.
A
Yeah.
lot of graffiti, yeah. So, to celebrate, blah, 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 you'll get free items in the store.
Wait, what gun is that, by the way? Because that's going to be a meta gun. No, wait, the bundle's free. Never mind.
Yeah, the bundle's
That's the
free, so they
Lockman
don't care.
something.
So there are 7 rewards in total. They are all free for those who claim them and include a weapon blueprint, calling cards, and more. So you have to check the store daily, and then they're free rewards. So there you go. Path of the Ronin event camo challenges. This is kind of cool, and I was seeing people on Twitter talking well about this, which I agree with. Whether you finished with the Orion journey, which I have, and you guys don't, or
I
only
haven't.
have a few weapons with gold, there are some new camo challenges for you to complete with the Path of the Ronin event expansion, available in MW2 and Warzone 2. As part of Season 2 Reloaded, the path of the Ronin will shift from the 7 virtues of Bushido to another key aspect of the Ronin, the ability to be deadly with any given weapon. Each weapon category will have a specific challenge attached to it, which can be viewed and tracked through the in-game event tab. Completing a weapon challenge unlocks a new camo, Winds of Ash, for every weapon in that specific category. Complete all 10 challenges in all 10 categories to earn another new camo for every weapon, Bowing Blossoms, as well as a golden charm that represents your dedication to following the path of the Ronin. Here are the challenges at a glance. So basically, this is like a mini Orion. If you get 125 AR headshots, then you will unlock a new camo for all ARs. And then if you do that for every weapon category, you unlock a second new camo for all the guns called Bowing Blossoms. And the camos look pretty cool. This is a neat little idea. Now, unfortunately, it's making you do melee and launcher challenges, which makes me really wonder if I'm going to be doing this. But it does give us all the challenges for all of the weapons. Headshots for a lot of them. Actually, you get headshots. That's the challenge for every type of weapon. Except for melee, it's 30 kills from behind, which is miserable. And then launchers get 40 kills. If it weren't for the melee, I would probably go for this camo. But kills from behind is miserable with a gun. With a fucking knife, I cannot stand the kills from behind dog shit. I probably won't actually go for this for only this reason, actually, which is a shame. What are your thoughts?
Really cool idea, but I'm sure the camos are dog shit, which means I probably won't do it. It would be like, I would really enjoy it if it was actually something neat looking, but if it's whatever this screenshot above where it talks about the challenges, this one has like fucking a cherry blossom tree or something, so I assume that's the blossoms. I'm absolutely not getting hundreds of headshots with different weapon categories for that skin. You can look at it, pull it up, show everyone.
Yeah, so
it's more boring than half of the default weapon camos in the game. So
I think it looks really good, actually. You're talking about the RPK one, right?
Yeah. Boring.
Yeah, I don't know if this is Bowing Blossoms, which is the mastery, or if it's Winds of Ash, which is the non-mastery. But here's one of them, and then this is probably the other one of them. One of these is Winds of Ash, and one of these is Bowing Blossoms. I don't know which is which. It's a great question. But I like this one better, the RPK one.
I like the other one better.
Yeah, interesting.
Neither are good, but I like the other one better.
They're both kind of milquetoast.
Oh, wait a second. They may be the same, just on two different guns.
This is like green. This one's like, no, they're not the same. Hold on.
It's barely different.
No, they're not the same, because there's like yellow on the branches on the bottom one. There isn't on
so
the
they
top.
added one more little color.
And then like a little shade. Yeah.
So will I be going for this? Absolutely not. No, this is a really cool idea, though, if the camo looked interesting. If this looked like something like, say, Obsidian, something along the lines of that, I would be very excited to grind for this. But for a cherry blossom tree weapon camo, I don't give a fuck, no. Cool idea. I just won't be doing it.
I tend to agree with you. I think the camos look fine. It's just they're not special enough to be worth doing all that. Especially the mastery one. Because if the mastery camo is one of these two, then in either case, it's not special enough. So it needed to be reactive or very standout-ish to be worth it. Especially for people who have Orion, by the way. I'm like, Orion's like a cool looking, like, it's not reactive, but it's an animated camo. This one at minimum needed to be animated to maybe be worth it, you know? This is a little too bland. It looks cool, but yeah. But I'm with you, the idea is very cool. So
yeah.
Anyway, there you guys go.
That's cool, they're doing it.
Yeah. So they move on here. Two birds, one stone. Smart operators will see the parallels between these and existing camo challenges. That is true. if you're still working on your camo grind, you can grind this out while you're doing headshots for your guns, and you'll have them done anyway. I think these parallel all of the polyatomic challenges, in fact. Because with ARs for polyatomic, you need to get headshots. For everything polyatomic, you need to get headshots. I'm assuming polyatomic melee is kills from behind, and polyatomic launcher is kills. I don't remember anymore because I have Orion and you guys don't, and I did it so fucking long ago.
No, it was like double kills or kills within
launchers
X amount
I don't
of
think
seconds.
was just kills, actually, yeah.
But it's close.
But at least the headshots, you can like work on that plus this at the same time. That is kind of cool, I guess.
That's true, yeah, actually. That's very true.
There you go. But there you go. Anyway, whatever. So when Season 2 Reloaded comes out, the current 7 Bushido things are going to go away. So if you want those rewards, do them before the 15th. So there you go. And then the crossbow will become available to unlock via a new weapon challenge in Season 2 Reloaded, which will be get 50 long shot kills with marksman rifles. So there you go. Now to the new weapon, the Tempest Torrent. So there's a little screenshot of it. This is going to be a marksman rifle. Here's what they say about it. It offers impressive damage and a fast firing mechanism, making it a great primary choice when deploying to the new multiplayer map or to Ashika Island. This hard-hitting DMR from the Tempest armament offers the versatility of the M4 platform and the velocity and impact of 7.62 rounds. A patient hand and keen eye will result in on-target shots and quick kills. So it's an M4 chambered in 7.62 and semi-automatic, probably. With a base capacity of 20 rounds, you can afford to utilize its fast fire rate in the heat of battle. Its recoil, though predictable, requires a steady hand with a quick but noticeable kick up and to the left.
There's not predictable recoil in the game. The recoil is random, but yeah.
Yes. Like the KV broadside, the Tempest Torrent has the unique property of being a new weapon on an existing platform from the launch. That means most attachments that were unlocked for the M4 can be used on this weapon. Okay. It is typically a 2-shot kill unless you can land a headshot. Oh shit. Okay. This changes a lot. The Tempest Torrent is typically a 2-shot kill unless you can land a headshot up through the mid-range. So it does have a 1-shot headshot kill damage range, is what that is saying, right?
Yeah.
Wonder what that means. Because if that's like 12 meters, okay. If that's like 20 meters or 25 meters, this thing will be fucking broken in multiplayer.
I mean, a lot of guns in multiplayer have a 1-shot headshot. A lot of the semi-auto guns do. That's not weird at all. It's pretty normal.
There's only one good semi-auto 1-shot headshot marksman rifle in MW2 multiplayer, and I forget what it's called. I think it's the SO14.
But even the battle rifles, don't some of the battle rifles on semi-auto 1-shot to the head?
Yeah, a lot of them do.
The SO14 is a battle rifle.
Okay. Oh, so it's not a marksman rifle.
So the marksman rifles, the LMS, that probably 1-shots. The Lockwood, we know that 1-shots. Bolt action. EBR 14, I don't know if the EBR 1-shots. I think it does. And then TAC M as well as a marksman rifle. They probably all 1-shot up to a certain range.
Yeah, but only one of them right now, I forget which one it is like good. Because there's one mark, we talked about it when
the
we were
LMS
doing
is
the camo
good.
grind.
You would really like the LMS. It's probably that one.
Yeah, maybe it was.
TAC M had an awful fire rate. So yeah, actually maybe because they do say it has a fast fire rate. So that combined with a 1-shot headshot, yeah, that could actually be busted. Because the other ones usually had slower fire rates in general when they did that. It's going to be fun to use then for sure. It sounds like a better version of the FTAC Recon, because that thing has a pretty decent fire rate as well. It has a default 20-round mag, which is way bigger than the FTAC Recon.
Yes. Yeah, and the FTAC Recon had a lot of recoil, though.
It did. Yeah.
So
this also goes up and to the left, it says, which is interesting. That's always a little bit weird to control, because you're not used to controlling recoil that's vertical and to the left.
Yeah. So This might be really good in multiplayer. There is also a very there's a very outside chance this will be pretty good in Warzone too. I find that fairly unlikely, but maybe. I mean, if they mean mid-range, if it's like mid-range damage range where you can one-shot in multiplayer is like 25 meters, that means if you put on Warzone attachments, that goes to like 31 meters. And if you're getting in a gunfight inside of 31 meters and you sprinkle in a headshot, you can be getting like 3-shot downs on a fully plated opponent. That would be pretty fucking broken. I don't think it's going to be that good in Warzone, but based on this, it is possible. So, and hot take, maybe. I hope it is, because then we would have a decent, viable, semi-auto primary in Warzone as an option. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Because I think the strongest this would be in Warzone is viable. I don't think this will ever be overpowered. This is not going to be another DMR. I hope anyway. So if it is really good, then it would be viable only, and that would be really fun, I think. So we'll see what goes, how it works. But yeah, anyway, that's the new weapon we're getting.
Not a very fun weapon challenge. 25 double kills with marksman rifles.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess it's not in different matches though. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be one match of shipment for me. No problem.
And shipment 24/7's in.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it stays in next week, that'll be easy. Yeah.
There you go. So next is a shuriken update. I'm not reading it. It's a throwing knife. Emperor, Foot Clan leader, operator, Shredder is coming in Season 2 Reloaded. So here's the dude. He looks
miserable.
I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool to me. I mean, I'm never going to use it, but there you go. So yeah, we're getting this guy, another operator. So it's not a skin for an existing operator, by the way. It is a new operator. So we're getting him. Kind of random, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, I guess it fits.
Super random. Has there been like a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something recently?
I don't know, man.
What's up with that?
It's a great question. But anyway, we're getting him. I mean, he's like Japanese themed, I guess, so that fits with the Ashika Island shit, but whatever. So we're getting him.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, and then this fucking Mick. Additional bundle highlights, including St. Patrick's Day festivities. So here we have a good old Catholic boy. He's got a beret. He's got a red ass beard. He's got a little Celtic tattoo. Green and gold camo here. That's a dope looking camo, actually. Shout out to the Irish.
So that's what I was going to say. This camo right here, I would be more inclined to do those camo challenges for, not some fucking
white piece of
white camo that has just because the color alone, not some white camo that has a few twigs on it. Holy shit,
twigs. Yeah.
Hey, get 1,000 headshots and we'll give you this weapon camo that has twigs on it. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You notice the river back there, man? Look at that river down there.
A river, huh?
Look at that river in the picture.
Oh shit, you're right. They spilled food dye in the river.
Yep.
Yeah.
The water's going to be green for St. Patty's Day, man.
Yeah. So anyway.
They're really doing a lot for the white people. I guess they're doing
St. Patrick's Day shit. The first ever bundles for some operators outside of the Vault Edition, a golden opportunity to get a badass weapon blueprint and new ghost skin, and a bundle that will more than prepare you for the green rivers flowing in Al Mazrah to celebrate a mid-March feast day. Okay, so by the way, this answers your question. We're getting our first new Vault blueprint, finally. The first ever bundles for some operators outside... Oh, wait.
The first ever bundle for some...
Never mind.
They're talking about the operators.
Never mind.
The Vaults are never coming. They're actually just gone. It was a whole marketing gimmick.
Vault
That's crazy.
blueprints ever, yeah.
That is nuts, man. And and when I think about it, this is exactly why they did it. This camo is cool looking, the St. Patrick's Day, which is why people have to pay for it. That's why they're not giving it to you for free. Yeah,
they let one intern do the free camos, and then they had the whole department doing the paid ones, obviously.
And then they fire the intern, hopefully. So this is what you came up with, twigs? You're
Tracer
promoted.
Pack. Padrog's Pandemonium Bundle. So anyway, I don't know. I don't care. They're releasing a new bundle.
This entire half, and I'm not exaggerating, half of this blog post is about these new bundles. From here on down is all new bundles. There are ghost bundles coming. So if you're into all that shit, cool, have fun. But this is just all bundles. That's all it is.
Yep.
Tracer packs. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't give them any more money. How about that? Don't buy any of these bundles.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to be able to buy the ability to slide and shoot at the same time. Yeah. So there's a St. Patrick's Tracer Pack. There's a Ghost Tracer Pack. There's a
couple of Ghost packs.
Some other bundle.
Farah, some guy, whatever this guy's
bundle.
name is. Oh, sweet, man.
Okay. Yeah. Another Ghost Pack. Cool. New social feature, party queuing. Okay, here's the next interesting thing. That's a cool camo, by the way. That gold one. Among other technical updates, there's one notable feature addition that makes it even easier to form parties with friends and competitive teammates. Party queuing allows players to automatically join a friend's party once they are finished with their active match. Just like inviting friends to a party or channel, you can access party queuing via the in-game social menu. This is cool if it's going to work.
I was going to say, this will not work on launch, at least. It will not work for a while.
It won't work on launch, but if and when it ever does, this will be cool. So when you get in Discord, you're like, all right, yeah, I'll invite you after this match. Instead, I can just queue for that guy's party. And then once he's out of his match, you'll automatically join.
Then you can go AFK, go take a dump.
And then
shit out of your little pants, make some breakfast.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, yeah, I'm going to join your little party queue. Once you're out of that one, I'll be ready. So just queue us again. That would be nice. Yeah. So that's cool.
So that's the big update that's coming mid-season. That's what we're getting is the party queuing.
Yeah, that's the biggest feature we're getting, yeah. So next is out of combat overview. This is the next header here.
Some artwork.
I don't even know what this is. Free
Call of Duty
mangaka
teams up with
art?
regional Japanese comic artists to reimagine the heroes and action-packed events of Season 2.
So so we're getting free screenshots.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, they're dropping more of them next week in high resolution in a special blog. Wow. Thank you.
That is a pretty dope little piece of art, though. But yeah, don't.
Yeah,
put this
if you're
in
into
your
Japanese
blog post.
art, for sure.
This is a cool little desktop background. I like it. So we're gonna
set
get
it as
this
your desktop. Do it live right now.
We're
man.
gonna get it in 8K. So
yeah, do it live right now.
I'm not doing that.
You like
I'm
it
waiting
so
for
much,
the high definition.
Yeah, for sure.
Edition to release.
I'll check back next week. Make sure you set it
you
as
can
your
check
desktop.
back, man, for sure.
Yeah, make you share your screen.
From Ashika and Dual Kodachis, blah blah blah. Yeah, nothing here is relevant. Watch CDL Optic Texas Major 3 tournament, okay, which is just starting today, I guess.
Oh, is it?
And that's it. Yeah, that's all. So that's the mid-season update. Tanner, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So to be clear,
no, we don't know what we're actually getting. If we were
think
getting
we do.
anything big, they would have dropped it in the blog post. So we're going to have some changes to the game. What are those going to be? Because it took them 4 months to nerf the RPK. So what are we really going to get in terms of gameplay changes that we didn't already get at the start of Season 2?
Here is my...
So that may be it, yeah.
Yeah, here's my theory. This is all we're getting. Because like you said, if we were getting something actually interesting, they would have said so in that blog post. So we're getting a new map, a new gun, and some 8K screenshots. That's kind of it. Now, maybe I'm coping, but this could imply also that they spent a lot of development time doing weapon balancing, and that will be part of Season 2 Reloaded. The reason I am not very confident in that is because they would have said so in the blog post, if that were true. So I think we will get some weapon tuning with Season 2 Reloaded. I think it will be not much, just like when Season 2 launched. I don't think it's going to be a big sweeping balance pass that needs to happen. Because if that was going to come, they would have said so, I think. I think we're going to get a couple minor weapon balance changes that make no fucking sense, just like we did when Season 2 launched. That, which is a shame, but this is what we're getting with Season 2 Reloaded. Very, very, very little. Now, again, I would be okay with that if we were getting a ton of weapon balance changes, but it really doesn't look like we are, so this is kind of a letdown for me, because I don't care too much about a new multiplayer map. That'll be fun for a while. I don't care too much about that new marksman rifle, unless it's going to be viable in Warzone. Then I would find that really fun and interesting. But sufficient for a mid-season update? Probably not.
Yeah.
So I'm a little underwhelmed, although I wasn't expecting much anyway. I don't know. That's kind of my overall thing.
I guess I haven't been expecting a single goddamn thing, really, yeah.
Yeah. Really not much going on. They should have saved all the shit they did to Ashika for Season 2 Reloaded. So they could pretend.
That's what makes you think, oh, smile, surprise, we're putting all of this shit in the game. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyway.
They don't know what's going on.
Once again, guys, just hang on for dear life. Season 3, we get ranked Warzone. That's going to make this game, for all of the problems that will inevitably have, it will at least freshen things up dramatically. And at least you'll be able to watch people, Bobby Poff, fucking seethe on live stream when he's losing ranked matches and he gets mad that he's not being fed wins or whatever that insane clip was about. At the very least, you'll get some very, very salty content out of ranked play LSF clips when streamers lose to other streamers and accuse them of cheesing or cheating. That's going to be, by the way, all over the internet when Ranked Warzone comes out, and that'll at least be very fun and exciting as a content consumer of Call of Duty. And maybe, who knows, Season 3 Reloaded, ranked play will be playable and work. We'll see.
Well, so ranked play might not be till Season 3 Reloaded. They didn't ever say. They just said in Season 3.
That is true.
So we may not be getting it for 2 months still.
I suspect we will get it on the launch of Season 3, but you could be right.
At the lowest point of interest in Warzone is when they'll decide to drop the ranked mode. That's what will happen. When there are 20,000 concurrent on Steam, they'll say, all right, the ranked play is ready. Here we go. We're dropping it.
Yeah.
The player base will go from 20,000 on Steam to 31,000.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. All right, moving on. A couple other little things. What do we got here, Tanner?
You can pull this image to show everyone. This has been making its way around Twitter. People are absolutely furious. So if you have that skin pulled up for everyone, the left is the skin you get from earning the nuke in Warzone. The right is a $20 skin that you could buy that looks better. So yes, there are differences, like the chest rig or whatever he's wearing is a little different. No one looks at that shit. What do people look at? The face. It has the same hood.
Right.
I don't know what to say besides this is actually one of the scummiest things they've ever done. The fact that people grinded for shit like that skin, I'm dead serious. I almost don't care about the nuke skin anymore, about getting a nuke, because the number one thing was having that rare skin.
Yeah.
I can just buy that one with my COD points. That looks way better. Why would I even try to grind for a nuke in this awful dog shit video game when I can spend my 17,000 COD points on that skin right there?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know how they just continue to do the most absurd things day in and day out.
Super lazy too, because it is not hard. You know that the art guy who was in charge of this was like, okay, I'm going to load my project file for the nuke skin, and I'm going to change like 3 things and then sell it for $20.
Well, he did. Like, look at that.
That's what he did.
What is like that thing called that's covering his shoulders and like the top of his chest there? I don't know what that's called.
I don't know,
but
if
it has
a cloak.
It has the same wrinkles on it. Look, it has the same wrinkles and the same lines going across. You're absolutely correct. They literally took the same exact hood piece and put it on this operator that you pay for.
It's literally
I can't
identical.
believe it.
We're not being hyperbolic.
Do one of
identical.
do one of the most difficult, most rare things ever added to Warzone, and get this cool skin for it, or pay $20 for one that looks better.
Yeah.
But it's the same. I mean, holy shit. That's so fucked up, honestly, for them to do.
Yeah, a lot of people are deeply upset by this. My take on this is a little different. I think it's really scummy, but it's scummy because the paid version looks better than the earned version. I think if they're going to look this similar, which they shouldn't, the one you have to earn by doing something really challenging should be the better looking skin. That's my biggest issue. Because ultimately, if I had the nuke skin, I would never not run the nuke skin. Because I'm not really running it for how it looks. I'm running it for what it signifies to other players and myself. It's a status symbol. And even if it was a pink bunny costume, it would still be a status symbol that you got a nuke. So you would run it. That's where I'm at. But I do still think it's really cringe that they look very similar. And the worst part, I think, is that the one you can just buy looks better than the one you have to earn. Those should be switched, if anything, but also they should not look this similar at all.
Yep.
Yeah. But that new paid one looks fucking cool. For sure.
Yeah, I should buy it. Tell everyone I have a nuke.
And just say you have a nuke, yeah.
No, I have a nuke. Yeah, that's the nuke skin. Everybody's like, oh, all right, that's dope, man. Yeah, I have a nuke.
That's the one you get for getting 5 nukes, actually. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, sure. There you guys go. What do we got next?
Moving on here is from Charlie Intel. So new, Microsoft says they believe Activision can make Warzone and the latest Call of Duty games run on the Nintendo Switch. Wow. Get ready for this. Without issue, stating, hey, this is a real quote, stating the game runs on low-end PCs already.
Wow. What a claim.
Huh?
That's interesting, because the game doesn't run well on my fucking $6,000 PC, so I'm not sure what running means.
Sub 100 frames when AI spawns in and I'm at a stronghold. And you're telling me you think this game can run on a Nintendo Switch because you think your game can run on low-end PCs? I want to know what they mean by low-end PC. A low-end PC must mean a $3,500 PC.
Yeah.
I can't believe they would say this. They don't know anything about anything ever. I swear to God. Everything they ever say is wrong.
Yeah.
How do they not know anything?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Your game does not run on low-end PCs. Sure, okay, maybe it runs at 20 frames. That's not a playable experience. The game launches, I'll give them that. I mean, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be...
I hate every person that works under the Activision umbrella. If you work for Call of Duty and you are a dev, I don't dislike you. I literally hate you as a person.
Yeah.
I do. I don't like you. I hate you.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We are really, 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 really... really stretching the use of the word runs in
They're
this
brain
quote.
dead. Yeah.
It runs on low-end PCs. I mean, it launches, actually. Yeah. Let's not say it runs. One thought I have also, you think a Nintendo Switch gets an FOV slider?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that. Don't bring back that. That'll be the next thing on Twitter. Why don't I have an FOV slider on Switch?
I mean, they can't allow it to have one, right? There's no way.
I don't know, man.
So get ready for that debate again.
This also says in the screenshot, quote, the Activision development team have a long history of optimizing game performance for available hardware capabilities.
Wow.
Hey, you're not good at optimizing anything. Not at all. This game runs horribly, even compared to Warzone 1, which also didn't run well. Warzone 1 doesn't use your graphics card. You don't need to have a graphics card inside of your computer to launch the game and get 300 frames. It only your CPU is the only thing that matters. They don't know what they're saying ever.
Yeah. To be fair, Warzone 2 does run better than Warzone 1 in general, I would say. But
absolutely not in my case.
That's weird. In my case,
I get way less frames always. Less frames, that's more weird. Crashes than Warzone 1.
Yeah, no, not for me. I don't know. But it's very similar in either case. But yeah, regardless, hey, cool that you guys are bringing it to the Nintendo Switch. I remember when we first talked about Nintendo, we just automatically assumed this meant for the next generation Nintendo console. I don't think it even occurred to us that they would be releasing this for Nintendo Switches. How old is that console?
I think it says in that 2017. The Switch released in 2017.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. Don't you play a Nintendo? But yeah, this is kind of crazy. And runs is a very very liberal use of that word in this context. So anyway.
Yeah, moving on. So in summary, Microsoft says Activision can easily make COD on Nintendo, and they won't remove Call of Duty from PlayStation, so they'll bring COD to more players, and it's not a monopoly. That's what Microsoft is saying, who's trying to buy out Activision, the video game. And then Sony says the 10-year deal is whack, thinks it's a monopoly, and they don't believe Microsoft. So the UK is supposed to provide a decision. The UK CMA, I don't remember what CMA stood for.
Consumer Market, I don't know.
Something. They're supposed to make a decision on April 25th about what they think about should this deal go through with Microsoft or not. So we'll have to wait.
I think it was approved already by the United States board of whoever's in charge of that.
Was
I guess
it?
they're
Yeah,
maybe only waiting
track.
on the UK. Yeah, it's hard to keep track. I think Sony is out of their mind. And we already talked about the monopoly thing, but this is not a monopoly, dude. Microsoft's buying a publisher. They're not buying like if Microsoft bought Sony, then we're in monopoly territory, because those are like two of the big video game console like competitors. But Activision's one video game publisher. Like, there's so many video game publishers. I don't see how you could argue that this is a monopoly. So
yeah, I know.
I think the UK CMA will let it go through. Yeah, but I mean, Sony's got powerful lobbyists too. So Microsoft's probably got better ones though.
They've got some money for sure, yeah.
Yeah, they do be having cash.
Moving on to the next thing from Charlie Intel. Microsoft says Call of Duty Mobile will be phased out over time and will be replaced by Warzone Mobile. Activision has not confirmed this, so this is from Microsoft themselves. I don't get what that would mean. Does that mean like Call of Duty multiplayer mobile would be phased out and it would all be Warzone, or are they just calling it Warzone Mobile and it will also have multiplayer?
That's a good question.
Because multiplayer Call of Duty mobile looks actually really cool, and that would be a shame if they were to phase that out. I mean, unless over time means in 8 years, then sure, I get that. But if like they're thinking like short term, phasing out that game seems to be very popular for mobile gamers.
I agree with you.
I'm not sure what the thought process is there.
Yeah, that is weird. I feel like they would keep multiplayer even if it was called Warzone Mobile, like you said. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. But I also don't see why they would get away from the Call of Duty name. Like Call of Duty Mobile, even if you have only Warzone, seems better. It's weird to me.
I think it says in that tweet, but it's cut off by my screenshot. So let me try to find it here again. Hold on.
Take a little peek.
When was this? What word should I search for?
Search mobile. For Warzone Mobile.
Okay, so COD Mobile is developed and is owned by TIMI Studios, a subsidiary of Tencent.
Oh.
Any spin out of the game would therefore blah, blah. COD Mobile is expected to be phased out over time outside of China with the launch of Warzone Mobile. Tencent, don't they?
They're huge. They make more money than Activision, I think. I don't know what they're in charge of, but they make a fuck ton of money.
League of Legends?
Oh, are they League? Yeah, okay.
Is it PUBG Mobile?
The Chinese company that makes absolute buckets full of cash.
Yeah, they make some cash for sure. Tencent. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. It's because who owns COD Mobile is why they would phase it out eventually, because it's not like...
Oh, I see.
That it would probably be that then. Okay.
Some shit like that. I don't think it would matter too much as far as the gameplay goes, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like you said, they'd probably just keep multiplayer on Warzone Mobile, the new app name or whatever. But don't play mobile games, so...
Yeah, moving on, almost done here. Steam has a bunch of Call of Duty games on it now. You can get MW19, Black Ops, Cold War, Vanguard. They're all available on Steam now, finally, and they're also 50% off for a limited time to celebrate the Steam launch.
That's shocking.
Yeah, so you can buy
a big-ass discount for relatively new CODs. So Call of Duty
for an
Black
Activision
Ops
studio
1 is probably $60 on Steam, and Call of Duty Vanguard is $30.
Yeah. So, actually, yep.
If you wanted those old games for whatever
that's
fucking
the way it
reason,
works.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like, actually, I bet you actually BO3 is $60 right now on Steam. Actually, I can check.
I'm trying to open Steam, but every time you close it, there's a new update, so it's updating.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Why does Steam have so many updates?
Yes, yeah. I don't know. To allow hackers to get into new exploits. I don't.
Yeah, like what is going on?
I don't know. Let's go to the store. Let's search for Black Ops. Yep, Black Ops 3, $60. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Ops 3, $60. Black Ops 2, $60.
Cool. That game came out 13 or 11 years ago, by the way.
Call of Duty 1, the original Call of Duty from 2006 is $20.
Yeah. And meanwhile, last year's game's $30. So anyway, it's on sale on Steam, so there you go. Last item here. I thought this had already happened, but I guess not.
That was Xbox.
Oh, okay. So Xbox, you have been able to for a while use Discord on your Xbox. This is now also true for PlayStation 5. You can join Discord voice chats from your PS5 with the latest system software update. Very cool. Big fan of that.
It's cool for people who have friends that play on console. Better way to group up and voice chat. I would imagine Discord voice on console is way better quality than even being in like a console party chat. Like 100%. Obviously it's going to be way better than game chat, but like console party chat is better, I think, than in game, but this is probably still much better than that.
Yes.
I would imagine.
And for those of you this is very cool. I would encourage all of you to use Discord chat instead of game chat, certainly. You should always be using Discord chat in any game ever. Obviously, it's really good. Here's the big thing. Even if you're not on PlayStation, if you liked Prox Chat ever, then you should be sad. You'll never hear Prox Chat again. Now that Xbox, PlayStation, and PC can be in Discord, you will never hear a single Prox Chat again. It'll never happen again. Because all the Prox Chat you're hearing in Warzone right now is kids using party chat to talk to each other. And because most people who play Warzone are on PlayStations, they will all now be in Discord. You will never hear Prox Chat again. So F's in the chat for Prox Chat. That's the biggest thing.
Shout out to Prox Chat gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is cool for those.
It's unfortunate I won't know where anyone's at now.
I know, yeah. Now I'll never be able to hear. So anyway. Anything else, buddy?
No.
All right. That is it, boys and girls. We will be back on Saturday to talk about ranked multiplayer. Got a lot more things to say beyond what we had said on Patreon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And as a reminder, patreon.com is the best way to support the show. Once again, our latest Patreon episode, which is available to all patrons, is about ranked multiplayer, so that's very good listening going into Saturday if you're interested in ranked multiplayer. We talked a lot about it on Patreon. A lot of that is relevant. All of it's really relevant as far as we're concerned. And we're just going to be building on that episode on Saturday. So if you are a patron or if you've been considering becoming one, now is a very good time to join and go listen to that episode. $5 a month, you get 3 bonus eps a month. You get early access to all of our public episodes. You get all of our episodes ad-free. And then if you want to upgrade tiers, you can get even more bonus episodes, even more content, monthly hangouts, and more. Or if you just want to support the show, Patreon's the best place to do it. So patreon.com/thedropshot. Check it out. We're still doing our merch blowout sale. If you go to thedropshot.com, go to our store, everything is 50% off, 50% off using promo code blowout. If you want to snag a hoodie or whatever we have left in stock, I don't know, you can go check it out. Thank you all for watching and listening. Stay humble.
Stay humble.